Okay, so today we're going to make spaghetti Amatriciana. We've got this nice pasta. They call it trafila a bronzo. Bronzo means it was cut with a bronzo mixer, cutter, pasta maker. We've got some red onion. This is pancetta, probably about 100 gram. For 4 people today. 3 cloves of garlic, probably 100 grams of normal smoked bacon, and a little bit of mushroom I left over. Traditionally, no mushroom in it. Okay, this is the tomato I use. So it's Pelati, which means it's basically a plum tomato from Italy. They are better. If you can make this Paulo, use this. All right. So we start. Gas on, pan's cold. Okay. In a pan that's been a little bit warm, we're going to add this big diced pancetta because it's big, and you can just hear it. Just separate each of the lardons. What we're going to look to do is we're going to look to render down the fat. Render just means to make the fat come out, the natural fat come out of the pancetta or the bacon. We're going to start with the pancetta first because it's bigger. You can just use pancetta on its own, you don't need to, but I don't have enough for what I want to do today. So you can hear the heat coming up now. You just want to turn that heat down to a medium to low, just to let it cook out slowly. We want that fat from the bacon, the pancetta. The garlic's going to go in with that bacon fat on that medium heat now to release all its flavour nicely. You can see now that all that fat's reducing, releasing. Okay, all the Italian chefs I spoke to said need a good bit of black pepper. Like, you almost cannot give too much, so be generous with the black pepper. So that's cooking out all that oil there. You can see you're going to put the bacon in now. So when the pancetta finishes cooking, fill the pancetta. And then we're going to go in with half a teaspoon chili flakes. When you look at this, you can see all the oil from the pancetta and the bacon's been released. We've got the garlic, black pepper and chili in there really nicely. Before this bacon gets cooked completely, we're going to throw in our onions and we're going to throw in our mushrooms. So we go in with the onion first. And we go in with the sliced mushrooms. As I said before, Amatriciana doesn't have mushrooms in. It does now, because I got mushrooms to use up, and I like mushrooms in my pasta. Alright. So we're just going to give that a little, like we said, there's no oil in there at all. All that oil is natural, and it's all come from the bacon. If you've got a really, really fatty bacon, you've got loads and loads of oil that's putting you off, you can strain it off after, okay? So I said to you, we're cooking this pasta for 4 people today. Boiling, water, no oil, just salt in there. 400 grams of pasta. I always cook 100 dry per person. That goes in. Give it a little stir, just to separate each pasta. Lid goes on. You can see this now. Come down nicely. You can see your bacon's got a nice colour. Alright, smells stunning. We're going to put the tomatoes in next. So the 2 tomatoes go in. Just put it in like that. We're going to give that can a little bit of rinse just to get a little bit more of that juice out. Yeah, do is we're just going to mash those plum tomatoes out. Oh, what you're going to say? Why don't you use chopped? These are crushed. It's a different process. It's a different flavour. And trust me, it'll taste a lot better. If you've got a little bit of chicken stock cube, maybe just a quarter of a piece can go in now just to enhance the richness of this sauce, okay? All together. We go into medium heat low. Put that down nicely. Pasta's cooking on. We're going to strain that pasta and reserve the pasta water after to adjust the consistency after we've added the pasta, because the pasta will thicken up the sauce, and if you want to lighten it, it's nice to lighten it with pasta water. Sometimes you're going to feel that your sauce is a bit sweet, so I just add a teaspoon and a half of balsamic vinegar. If your tomatoes too sweet, add vinegar. If they're too sour, add a touch of sugar, but not too much. You want as much as the natural sweetness and the pancetta come through, and try and stay away from adding additional sugar to anything. When you make something like this, always add a little bit, and you can see how it changes the flavour of the sauce. Alright. Sometimes salt will bring out sweetness, and sometimes vinegar, like today, will add a little bit more sweetness in a good way. So always little bit taste, little bit taste. That's my best advice for you. You can see that this sauce is nicely reduced now. We're not going to take it any further because when we add the pasta, it'll be a little bit undercooked and it'll help thicken it. So we're just going to turn that off on the ring, leave it off. When the pasta's cooked, we can add it to the sauce. So the pasta's cooked. It was about 8 minutes. It takes about 9 minutes to cook pasta. Okay. Then we're going to stir this sauce in if it gets too thickened, and then you can just add pasta water to thin it down. I was thinking about you, if you couldn't find pancetta, you could go into the butcher and ask them for a piece of smoked streaky bacon, but not sliced, just a whole piece. Maybe like for you, for one person, 150 grams, 200 grams would be plenty. Okay. So this is what it's looking like. It's been a bit dry for me. So we're just going to add a little layer full of pasta water. You can see it's all cloudy or small dark, isn't it? And you just give it a little toss. It's nearly ready. Just have a taste, see how salty this is. Oh, nice. Tasty. Okay, that's done. Yeah, pull out. Cook yourself. Have some fun. Enjoy, bro.